All right. We're only going to get one expedition in today since I did all of those skit shenanigans. Didn't get anything anyways. Maybe one day I'll actually get the last material in the Critian Archipelago. They said it only had 15 minutes? That is insane. We'll actually get a second one in today. Wow. It went down by a lot there. So, let's look at all of the treasures, actually, and I'm going to read off the skits that are associated with them, because I looked at this earlier, and it has text for me to read and all, but it doesn't actually play a real skit, so I have to read them, unfortunately.
Could it really be?
A work of stained glass art obtained on Kanano Island, also known as the Island of Three Seasons. The glass emits a subtle, soothing light. Nyada. What is that? The name of these three cat creatures? No, it's what this type of stained glass is called. The rich variety of colors and subtle techniques used to craft this are lost now. It's incredibly valuable. So we can sell it for a fortune. No, we can't sell this. Wait a minute. You said I could keep anything we find. But this is not just anything. It's a work of art. A cultural artifact. Culture? Aren't you supposed to be a pirate? That's right. I'm a pirate, not a merchant. That's why I can't sell it. Simple as that. Oh, No, forget it. I give up. I really wish that these had skits with them and I could just click a skit button, but I got on to the game earlier and looked at these and tried to get through.
I should try cutting it.
I keep forgetting that they say something when I open it, and I should stop talking when I open it. But I've tried like every button on the controller. There's no way to get a skit to proc, so unfortunately I have to read them. Spiria Core Crystal. A crystal expelled from the volcano on Soma Island. When touched, the mineral's color and hardness radically changes. Huh? Why would you think that's a good idea? Oh, when he said he could cut it. Don't you want to see if it can be cut open? No, I think that's just you, Rokuro. It's a pretty stone as it is. Yeah, but the cross-section might be prettier. Well, maybe, but whenever I see something hard, an urge to cut it apart overwhelms me. Rocks, metal, hard-headed old men, whatever. But please don't cut any old men. I love Rokuro.
I sense a fantastic force within this.
Sculpture found on the Sordian Peninsula, a large-scale version is said to have been located in a floating city. Here's a pretty little piece of art. You know, I can definitely imagine a larger version of this being able to levitate an entire city. You're right. Right out of your mind. What possible purpose is there in floating a city? I don't get it. Why, indeed. I don't claim to have any answers, but they may have had their reason. They must have had their reasons. Maybe they just wanted to see if they could. That's ridiculous, but I wish I could say you're wrong. That's a bigger part of human nature than one might think. Aye. That drive is a major difference between them and Malakim. But it also leads them to malevolence. I'm aware. But still, it's a part of who they are that I don't entirely mind.
I've never seen a stone like that.
This is one that I actually know. The Vulcanus Creus is from Tales of Graces. It was a very important part of it. A miniature obelisk unearthed from the Marcian subcontinent. It appears to be an artificial crystal made by an ancient civilization, but their methods remain unknown. This is a very rare stone called Creus, and it's clear as a crystal, which is rarer still. For us to find this fragment, it was a lucky break. A fragment? A lucky break? I wasn't trying to make a pun, I swear. Well, I thought it was funny anyway. Was it? Huh. Well, I guess there's no turning off this sharp wit of mine, oh, Eisen. And you said it with such a straight face, too. That's funniest part. Probably supposed to say that's the funniest part. It wasn't supposed to be a joke, Laffy said.
Now this is one hell of a helmet.
A mask obtained on the Barbotus Archipelago. Some believe it to be the mark of a peerless swordsman, while others say it was worn as punishment by a traitor. I don't know this one either. Is this made from the bone of some monster? This mask has a disturbing aura about it. It's got several nicks on it. I'm sure it was worn during some very fierce fights. Why not try putting it on, Rokuro? It might just be your style. I admit it's a fine piece of protective gear, but I'll pass on it. Cut before being cut. That's the Rengetsu philosophy. The best defense is a good offense, in other words. Not quite. It's more like the best offense is a good offense. Sure, Rokuro. Sure. I see. Well, I hope I never have to fight a practitioner of the Rengetsu style.
Oh, that's a fine piece.
A painting from a wreck drifting on the Astra Sea. The landscape depicts a tower of rebirth and a castle in the sky. The pair symbolic of unity between heaven and earth. I can't see the picture good enough to make it out. A tower of rebirth, the only thing I can think of is Symphonia. And the castle in the sky, I guess, would be Yggdrasil's castle. I don't know if this is from Symphonia or not. I can't remember. Huh, it's a nice painting, I guess. But what is that thing doing up in the sky? Rokuro, you're sailing into a storm when you try to criticize a masterpiece like this. What we have here is likely an example of early Belformanism, a movement which sought to combine religious beliefs with hyper-surrealistic techniques. What matters isn't what is depicted on the canvas itself, but rather how it stirs the heart of the viewer. Yeah, if it has to do with religion, it's probably from Symphonia, because the religion in Symphonia was really important. Yeah, but doesn't it bother you? I mean, how could something that huge float in the air like that? Listen, you can't let your vision be clouded by nitpicky details. Open up your heart to wonder and beauty. It is open, and it's wondering what the heck is going on in that painting. I can give you but one answer. The painting should be that way, so it was painted that way. The artist painted that... I can't read. The artist painted what needed to be painted. Their very soul demanded it. That sky didn't need a bird or a sun or an angel or a rat pig. It needed this. There's your answer. It's in the very essence of art. All right. How can I win against passion like that? Eisen does not allow himself to be defeated in any...
That's adorable.
I always forget that they say something when you press X.
That's adorable.
There, I didn't interrupt her that time. A trio of dolls found drifting across the crystal iron sea. One represents strength, one beauty, and one craftsmanship. What are those dolls supposed to be? Otters? No, they're Orosaurin? I definitely don't know what Tales game that's from. Never heard of them. They're a curious race that is said to have descended from otters. Alas, they all vanished from this world long ago. Interesting. Anyway, these dolls are incredibly lifelike. What craftsmanship. Indeed, I keep expecting them to turn and blink at me, and their fur is so delicate and soft to the touch. Wait. Do you think that fur is the real thing? Were these actual Orosaurin? Please do not say such dreadful things.
There are lilies blooming inside.
I don't know what this one is from either. Oh, it's from Tipo Island, so I guess it has something to do with Xillia. Oh, it's probably based off of the Lilium Orb from Tales of Zestiria, because the Lilium Orb was depicted as like a flower, and you used it as your skill tree. A snow globe received from the inhabitants of Tipo Island. A flower inside blooms as its owners grow. Yep, it's as its owner grows. Definitely supposed to be the Lilium Orb. They say this lily blooms as its owner grows. What a splendid item this is. As its owner grows. Like by getting stronger? Yes, strength is an easy bit of growth to measure, isn't it? That means if you keep once you have washboard abs and bulging biceps, we'll have a gorgeous lily to admire as well. Bulging muscles in a flower? I'm not sure those go well together. Physical strength isn't the only form of growth, you know. For example, you might enter a rebellious phase where you snap at any little thing Velvet might say, like, shut up, you hag. From a certain perspective, that's a perfectly fine form of growth. And that would make this flower bloom? I think that sounds even worse. Oh, Magilu.
This is a relic from another civilization. I'm sure of it.
Model Kramel Cage. Kramel, is that how you say that? A mysterious model crafted on the Quickie Peninsula said to have the power to unite two different energies. What's this about uniting two different energies? Does that mean this object could bring harmony between humans and Malakim? It's possible, but without knowing how to operate this thing, we can never be sure. In any case, these were originally used to enable people of two opposing worlds to wield magic. What? That sounds like how exorcists use Malakim. So these were weapons then. Some say they were also used to unite Mabo Tofu and Curry to create Mabo Curry. You mean we owe Mabo Curry to this thing? There is no need to get worked up, Eleanor. It's only natural when you think about it. Whenever there are two opposing sides, both a sense of animosity and a desire for harmony are perfectly normal. Right. What matters is the path you choose.
That color reminds me of the Scarlet Night.
An enigmatic crystal discovered on the Centurion Isles, said to balance the energies between our own dimension and another. Wow, it's spectacular, Velvet. Huh? That deep, deep red. It's like a sunset reflected in the ocean. That's what you see. Huh? Did I say something funny? No, not at all. But I hadn't noticed that's the same color of a sunset I once saw with Laufey. I guess the beauty in anything comes from what you bring to it.
That staff is so cool.
A sacred staff from the continent of Albane, believed to hold the power to transcend time and space. Surpassing through time and space. Does that mean we could travel into the past and future? Awesome. That means we could go into the past and I wouldn't go back, even if I could. Even if we could undo the things that have been done, the soul of whoever did those deeds will remain the same. It wouldn't change who I am inside, or who he is. So, what about the future? I'm in no hurry to see what might come. No, I have to accept who I am and the present I've created. That shows just how determined you are, Velvet. Good old Velvet.
She's so pretty.
This is definitely from Symphonia. It's, says Yggdrasil. A statue pulled up from the X-Sphere Sea depicting a beautiful goddess, I can say words. The figure is imbued with a mysterious energy that causes it to gradually move over time. An image of the goddess Martel. She takes many forms across several mythologies, but always is the guardian of the world tree. Really? Aye. According to legend, the tree stands at the center of the world and produces life energy. Okay, my audio is recording. For a second there, I thought my audio hadn't been recording this whole time. I would have been really upset. Martel watches over the tree alongside the spirits that dwell within it. I see. I'd like to meet this goddess someday. Well, Laufeyset, I didn't know you were into older girls. Huh? Older girls? Ha! There's no need to be ashamed. It's a phase most boys go through at one time or another. Alright.
Clothes. More odd junk, huh?
Clothing found in a chest of drawers in the Diomel Islands. Some say they were once worn by two twins whose mastery of mimicry is the stuff of legend. I don't think I know what game this is from either. There are so many Tales games I still have to play. These clothes seem to have once belonged to master mimics. What is a mimic, anyway? A mimic can copy the abilities of a profession simply by wearing clothing used by that profession. Wow, that's remarkable. Alright, Laufeyset, try them on and see what happens. If they're mimic clothes, then they might turn you into a mimic, right? I can try, but even if wearing these gives me the powers of a mimic, I'd have to put on a different set of clothes to use those powers. And once I take off the mimic clothes, I lose those abilities, so we have no way to prove whether or not they have any powers. Aye, I see what you're saying. It's a nasty pair of dogs, isn't it? Paradox, it's a paradox. Oh, Rokro. Couldn't you just put on, like, keep the mimic clothes on and then put on another set of clothes over the mimic clothes? Sounds like it should work. This is definitely Zestiria. I can tell by the images.
That crest.
An artifact unearthed from the Norman archipelago. The tablet is inscribed with 5 crests and is thought to have belonged to a temple. Oh, these are the crests of the Empyreans. You recognize them, Magilu? Of course I do, because I am me. Now I'll do you the favor of explaining it all for you, so be grateful. From the lower left is the crest of Musifi, Empyrean of Fire, followed by Amanok, Empyrean of Water, then Hyona, I don't know how to pronounce it, of Wind, and in the upper left, Imusia of Earth. Those are the 4 elemental Empyreans, and this last one is Inominat, the 5th, right? You've been paying attention. This tablet was found in the outer seas, and that means the Empyrean's power extends beyond Midgand. Well, maybe you're better off not thinking about what it is you're going up against. Ignorance is bliss, right? I don't care what my enemies are. I won't rest until they are defeated. How much time do I have left? This is actually going to take a whole video just to do these treasures. Wow.
Those glowing gears. They're turning.
Oh yeah, the Chromatus. A curious gear found on Kresnik Island. Apparently its movement cannot be stopped, but a special spear can destroy it. What a curious artifact. Let's see if I can cut it. Huh? Why is it always cutting with you? As a swordsman, the indestructible is something I simply cannot abide. I won't accept an item that won't be split. Alright, you've made your point, but let's just drop it, okay? I get the feeling that cutting that thing apart would be bad news. Huh. Well, I'm already worked up, so I need something to cut. Alright, Velvet, you leave me with no other choice. I'll just have to cut your hair for you. You're doing that thing again where you're talking like it makes sense to anyone but you. Come on, your hair's getting a bit shaggy. I can get you all tidied up in a flash. Pass. Relax, you may not believe it, but I was the family barber when I was a kid. Everyone said I did a good job. I'm sure you did, Rokuro. Sorry, but I just don't like guys touching my hair. I have a feeling you don't like anyone touching your hair. I still have 5 more of these. I'm going to do the Key of Lorelei last, because I actually know what the Key of Lorelei is.
Enchanted with an art I don't recognize.
A bracelet unearthed from the Critian archipelago. The band is said to amplify the wearer's abilities, but also curses them with an insatiable sweet tooth. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but I say hands-on experience is worth 1,000 pictures. Go on, Eleanor, try it on. Certainly not. Who knows what art might be upon it? Let sleeping dogs lie. That is the better wisdom. Ha! Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Worry often gives a small thing a big shadow. Am I wrong? In this case, yes. Curiosity killed the cat. Better safe than sorry. You're dull as dishwater. Throw caution to the wind. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. No, repentance comes too late. Too much of a good thing. Gotcha, you just said it was a good thing. Play with fire and you'll get burned. Right, Eleanor? Oh, drat. An honorable defeat is better than a dishonorable victory. Not quite. Even Eleanor sometimes nods. You can write that one down. Okay.
What lovely earrings.
A pair of earrings collected on the Noctandia Isles. Wearing them when you sleep will carry you to a dream where your dreams come true. Earrings that make you dream of your dreams coming true. They sound like something out of a dream themselves. Yeah, if anyone is suffering from constant nightmares, I'd want to give these to them. People should at least be able to be happy in their dreams. You really are a kind boy, Laufeyset. What about you? Do you ever have nightmares? Don't worry about me. I sleep soundly and almost never dream. And once I am awake, there is another day of work to be done. I'm simple that way. You work to make I can't read. You work to make your dreams come true, you mean. That suits you just fine, Eleanor. 3 more to go. This is going to take the whole video, wow.
A pendant. Nothing of any worth to me.
A pendant found at the center of a raging windstorm on the Lehman Sea, said to occasionally emit a sound like the howling of a beast. I don't recognize this either, so if it's from a Tales game I've played, I don't know what it is. Or I don't remember it. Really? Sure, the pendant looks a little sinister, but the jewel is a pretty shade of red. I actually think it would suit you nicely, Velvet. I'm not sure if I should take that as an insult. I didn't mean it in a bad way. It's like putting lipstick on a rapig, you know? You're just digging yourself deeper. Haven't you heard that phrase? It means you can take someone cute and dress them up nicely, and they'll be even cuter. You have that wrong on so many levels. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, let me try to put it another way. Give pearls to Rapigs, caviar to the general, and pendants to the demons. Something like that. More like preaching to deaf ears. Oh,
These cards look like they hold many secrets.
I don't understand. I've done this 18 times now. I always forget when I press X, they're going to say something.
These cards look like they hold many secrets.
A deck of cards given by a woman in the Force Islands. For some reason, the edge have been honed to razor sharpness. I don't recognize these either. All right, so you know what time it is. It's time to get your fortune told, Velvet. Huh? Not interested. Oh, this could be, the only two characters I can remember off the top of my head in Tales games that use cards are Lila from Zestiria, who did tell fortunes, and then, what was the other one? Sheena from Tales of Symphonia fought using cards and summoned spirits through cards and stuff. I would probably say this is a reference to Lila before Sheena, but if it's neither of them, it's a character I don't know yet. Anyways, you know what time it is? It's time to get your fortune told, Velvet. Huh? Not interested. Don't be such a spoil sport. You know what they say about my fortunes. Good or ill, you'll leave feeling nauseated. What? Is that your sales pitch? Maybe you should quit fortune telling and start up a business cursing people instead. Oh, touche, my dear... Something in my throat. Oh, touche, my dear demon. I know just the reward for you. I'll tell your fortune free of charge. Now, what do the cards have to say? Hey, have you been cramming Eye of Newt in your ears or something? I said I'm not interested. Ahem. The cards say you will be horribly annoyed by your fortune teller. Spot on. But rather than nausea, I'm feeling more of a headache. All right, all that's left is the key of Lorelei.
This is a key? Are you sure it's not a sword?
It's both. A replica key found in a mysterious door on Chigo Island. The original was said to have the power to release the lost seventh sound. If this is really a key, its owner must have been a giant, probably stood 3 stories tall. What could it be a key to, though? It is supposed to set free a lost sound. Maybe there's some kind of musical instrument locked away somewhere. But where could that be? Where indeed? The only doors I can think of big enough to match that key are the gates at the Sea Fortress, but those had no keyhole. So, to sum it up, that makes this the key to a pair of massive doors the size of the sea gates, behind which a giant has locked away an extraordinary and mysterious musical instrument. Is that something that could even truly exist? Now, I'm sure it does. The world is a big, big place after all. You guys got the key of Lorelei. All kinds of incorrect. I think I got all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep. I got them all. Also, the ship is returned and still hasn't gotten the next material, but whatever. All right. That did take about 20 minutes, so that's going to be another video on its own. I did not think... Well, if I had known that there were so many skits in the skit thing with the DLC, then I probably would have known it would take a long time, but I thought it was literally just 5 skits, and that was it. It was actually like 15 skits or something like that. One of them had 5, 2 of them had 5, 2 of them had 4, one of them had 2, I think. No, one of them had 3. 4, 3, 2 is 9, 19. There were about 19 skits there, roughly, give or take. So that did take a lot longer than I thought, but... Alright, well, we didn't really get anything... We didn't make any kind of progress at all, but it wasn't a complete waste of time, at least. We read through all of the treasures, which I said I would do. I wish they would have had skits, but those were really... If they had been skits, they would have been really short skits, so I can understand why they didn't. Still wish they would have, though. In fact, because they were so short, you think they would have taken the time just to put audio with it, like an option like press X for audio. Maybe there is a way to get audio for those, and I just completely wasted my time reading them, but what's done is done. When we come back next time, I think what we're going to do, I actually asked my boy Lone Wolf, and he told me that the dragon is only like level, it's not higher than level, I think he said he knows it's not higher than level 90. He thinks it's at like 78 or something. So we're going to go and fight the dragon next time and finish up the Zavid side quests. We're going to go and fight Rokuro's shenanigans and finish that side quest as well. We'll get those 2 side quests done, and then we will go and do Arthur the Exorcist and get whatever we need to do there done. And once that's finished, I guess next on the list is Mount Killerus, so that we can do the, whatever it's called. We can do the post-game dungeon, which I've been told is actually fairly long, like it could take more than a session to get through it, which is fun. So we'll focus on that next time. And then we'll be pretty close to the end of the game. We should only have a few more sessions left, and we'll be done. Because after that, as far as I know, all that's left after that is to go and defeat Jude and Mila, and then we might be done after that. I don't know. I already saved. We're good. But, There might be more than that. I'm not sure. If I'm missing something, I'll try and get to it before we finish this post-game playthrough. But thank you guys for watching. Sorry today's session was a lot more skit-focused and all, but I enjoyed it, so I hope you guys enjoyed it too. We'll have plenty of action in the next session. And until then, farewell.